Hello, everybody. It's Manoli here with another Manoli's Musings. Do 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I need some music. I need some introduction music. I would have some, but I'm too cheap. I don't want to pay for anything. Maybe I could do. I don't know. I feel like I should have something, some kind of intro or outro or another maybe. Bum bum ba dun 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 dun. Bum bum ba dun 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 dun. A little Monteverdi for you. One of his operas. There you go. Always like that. All right, people. What is it? What's going on here? How are we doing? Are we okay? Are we fine? I gotta tell you, this show it's you know it's cheaper than therapy. I'll tell you that. I'm kidding. No, I hope everyone's well. I really do. I hope you're all dandy. Everything's fine. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're the best you've ever been in your entire life. So, see, this is I'm telling you, I have your best interest at heart. I come off grumpy at times, and I know I like to make fun of you people, but I love you people. Okay, is that good for you? Does that make you feel better? A little pat on the back. Oh, jeez, if you need a pat on the back from me, you got some issues. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Wonderful people. Wonderful people. I this is something that's I wanted to talk about for a long time now, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is like the most. Why, 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 why is it that when you get an iPhone, you get one cord? Do they even give you a cord anymore? I don't know. I've had my phone for a few years now. I don't know if they give you a cord. They should, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't now, because they used to give you headphones. They don't give you that anymore, and it's just you get the cord, you're using the cord, you're gonna lose it. Okay, it's just is what it is. It's just a fact of life. One day you're probably gonna lose the cord. Okay. Well, when you lose the cord, you order a replacement, right? And realistically speaking, you would think any other cord would work, right? Well, I don't know what the proprietary secret is with Apple and their cords, why they're the only cords that work at all. But these other cords, you buy them, they don't work for nothing. You plug them in, they might work for a week, and then you got to plug it in just right by the millimeter. You got to twist it a certain way. You have to make sure that the cord is not tangled. You have to make sure that you don't move the phone once you plug in. I mean, it's just what is that? Why can't we figure this out? Why can't somebody figure out just how to make a cord that works? And I would buy the Apple cord, I really would, but they want to charge you they want to charge you a lot first of all. And when you look on Amazon, I don't see their cord on there. It says Apple cord, and then it comes out it's some scam company, some fake thing. And then I bought one pack of cords. They were like, this is just the regular cord. The thing was 10 feet long. Okay, you have any idea how difficult it is to put 10 feet worth of cord in your pocket and walk around town with it? It's ridiculous. So I got these new cords. I'm like, well, I'll try a different brand this time. Maybe this will work better. And the thing is already screwing up. It's already broken. It's just ridiculous. Okay. So whoever needs to figure out how to make a cord that works, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't understand why this is such a problem. Why can't you just make it's a plug? Why don't they work? Can anyone tell me? It's just, I mean, what is the big trade secret that Apple has on these cords? I mean, what do they do different? What's the deal? What is the IP, the intellectual property? I had a professor. This guy would talk about nothing but freaking intellectual property, copyright, trademark, this and that. He's like, well, you'll never really understand intellectual property. It's like, no, not with that attitude, I guess. I don't think you understand it, to be honest with you, but whatever. Let it go, Manoli. Honestly, I'm bitter that the guy gave me a B plus because I know that I was worthy of an A. I talked every day in that class. I was a good participant. I was a good sport, and I know that I deserved an A in that class because and I know I did because it was mostly partner. You had like three big assignments. Okay, participation was 30% of your grade, and so I talked every day, mostly multiple times a day. Okay, you had a group project with two other people. I did well on that, and then you had a final paper, and I did well on that. The other people got A's. Why didn't I get an A? I have theories, but the people are always watching, so I can't get into it in case of somebody. I don't know. I think there was a fixin'. I think somebody was trying to sabotage. I really do, but anyway, it is what it is. No, you graduated magna cum laude. Why can't you be happy? It's the principle. Oh, is that what it is? Or you get your feelings hurt. You get an A. Oh, you're gonna cry. No, I just wanted the A. Why? Why is it such a problem? I just wanted the A in that class. What is going on here? Yeah, but these chords, it's just. And I refuse to set foot in the Apple store. These people, you walk in there, they look at you like you got eight heads. It's just, I want to buy an iPhone. When do you have an appointment? I'm like, what? Am I trying to talk to the president here? Are you trying to sell me something or not? No, they aren't. No, they aren't because you walk in there, they get all they act like there's some kind of like technical wizard because they wear that shirt with the freaking apple on it. It makes me sick. People just got to get over themselves. It's just it's over the top. The Apple Store, they act like jerks. They look at you strange. They're rude to you. They talk to you in that annoying techno babble speak. I don't know when's the last time I went in there, but I'm not going back. I don't know. But I guess this phone's going to have to last me a while. And that's another thing. I am under the impression, I've heard this, and actually, so I can't get sued, I think. It's not fact, but I think that they sabotage these things to make you buy new ones. But that's just what I think. I have no evidence to back this up, except you give it a few years, the phone starts slowing down, and then I just think that there's no. I really do, I have no proof for that. Wink, wink. The cords are a scam, the phones are a scam, but nothing's a bigger scam than the printers. I bought a printer. I, I shouldn't have. I don't know why I did this. These things are so flimsy, so cheaply made. I mean, a freaking fly could land on it, it just knocks the whole thing out of whack. And now you can't. Why can't you just plug in the printer? You plug it into your computer, and you're ready to go. Why do they have to be wireless, connected to the internet? They don't work. They never do. It's like a demon is sitting on top of the printer. It's just every time you try. It's only when you really need something. I mean, how often do you print something? Not that often, probably at home. But when you really need it and you're in a hurry, that's when the thing has some kind of impossible connection issue, and it's ridiculously hard to figure out what the problem is because they give you that little tiny screen. It looks like it came. It looks like it came from a flip phone. Flip. You see what's going on? You see how upset I am about this? A flip phone from 2002. It has this little tiny screen, and it's just like all you could do. You can check the connection. It says network not found. Oh, tough luck. And then there's issues with the paper. You gotta have the right paper in the tray. You gotta have the right colors. And here's the other thing. I was watching a video about this, and it really made me upset. I think the YouTuber was Austin McConnell. Go watch this video. Actually, don't watch it because it's very upsetting. But it's talking about how the ink cartridges are a scam, and just how expensive they are. And when you print something in black and white, it still uses color ink, so it's still depleting the supply. The printers are a scam. Every printer I've ever had, I get more use out of it by just throwing it out the window and watching it smash onto the pavement than I ever did trying to print something off the damn thing. Okay, just enough with the cords, the phones, and the printers. Why can't I think we should just go back to messenger pigeons, or quills, or parchment, or whatever. Why not? We want to have TikTok. Well, Manoli, you posted on TikTok. Ah, shut up. I never said I wasn't a hypocrite, okay? Enough already. I was, I had a work trip, what was that, last week? Anyway, I went up to Greenville with another guy from my company. A very good trip. And I talked about my show, so I have to mention that I had dinner, a beautiful dinner with four other very beautiful people, and I told them I'd say this. It was a wonderful time. So thank you all. No, seriously, if you are listening, I had a fantastic time. Thank you for joining. It was a good time. So, with that said, it was a wonderful trip. These were great people. I really enjoyed the trip. It was nice to get out, nice to go somewhere. I have a funny story. We were the next day we were getting ready to leave, and we were meeting another guy for lunch, and the guy I was with, he's like, "No, you want to walk in this antique store before lunch just to kill some time?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go in." Proceed into the store. I'm looking around. It's the typical stuff, right? Cabinets, chairs, pictures, books, and then I see that he has a record collection. I'm like, oh, you know, that's interesting. I'm a classical fan, opera fan. He's like, really? Well, we have a whole room in the back. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds great. Yeah, thank you, sir. And I go back there, and everything is no genre separation. So it's like hundreds of records, and they're in alphabetical order. I'm just like, I'm not sifting through all of these. I didn't say that, but I thought it. I'm like, why am I gonna? I don't have all day to go. I'm looking through frickin' Alan Jackson trying to find. Do I like any singers that start with? Oh, Arlene Algier. I mean, really? This is what I have to do to try to find this? So I was like, you know what? Just screw this. I'm going back out there. And I'm standing out there. The other guy I'm with, he's looking around. And the guy's like, you didn't find anything? I'm like, no, you got them in alphabetical order. I'm looking for genre. He's like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, well, it would be nice if they were separate. I didn't go that far into it. But I was like, hey, it's fine. It's fine. Just forget about it. And I felt bad because I critiqued this man's technique. And I was like, he's like, well, there's another box there. I'm like, all right, I'll look through it. I found a John Williams, the guitarist, not Star Wars or Indiana Jones or any of that stuff. The guitarist and classical guitarist, and there was an album of his in there. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it because I felt bad because I said that about the way his store was arranged. Why do I do this to myself? But I mean, I guess it was worth it. But anyway, moving on. My grandparents came to visit. What is that? That's almost a week ago now. Yeah, a week ago today. That's when they got here. I'm sorry, I've been out for a while. I've been just really busy with my work and these suits and stuff. Um, anyway, my grandparents come to visit. It's always nice when they visit. They're always entertaining. My granddad is hilarious, and grandma too. Don't get me wrong, but my granddad, we just I don't know. I get a lot of my humor. I think just his style is very funny. Anyway, they always like to go to this ice cream place nearby. Now the one we've been going to, you know, I'm not gonna implicate the innocent or the guilty or whatever, the guilty really, but it's place they go to. They like it, but I never really cared for it. I don't think the ice cream's that good, and the place is just dirty. It's old, decrepit, whatever. I don't even want to think about it. I mean, you go in the bathroom in that place, you eat a freaking hazmat suit, but Once again, not going to name names, but um, well, there was a newer store by us, and I was like, oh, let's go there. We'll surprise it. We'll go to the new ice cream shop. Proceed to go, and it's just once again not going to name names, but it's just like I go through the trouble. I never eat sweets, okay? Not never, but I very rarely eat sweets. I'm like, you know what? I'm here. I get a freaking ice cream. Why not? I'm with my grandparents. They don't come over. They don't come often. They like ice cream. I'm gonna get an ice cream. So I get cookies and cream and cookie dough. It's like why do I even bother? I mean, the stuff it was freaking mediocre at best. I mean, and then just by the end of it, I didn't feel anything inside but shame, and I felt like my stomach was the size of a blimp. It's just why do I even do it? Why do I do the sugar thing? Every time I go back to it, it's like, well, maybe I'll have a piece of cake. It's very rare. When it does happen, I'm just reminded of why I don't eat sugar anymore. At least not like that. I'll have a breath mint, but that's about it. It's not worth it. It doesn't fill you up. You feel disgusting after. I'm done. Done with the sugar. I'm telling you, from here on, it's breath mint, and that's it. I can't even eat candy anymore. I feel sick to my stomach. Like the little fun pack M&Ms, I can't do it. It ruins like my whole. I don't know. I think it's my personality. I think I'm just too bitter to like any desserts. But anyway, I didn't say anything because they like it and whatever. It was a waste of my. It was a waste of food. Not waste of food. It was wasteful of me to eat it when I knew I wasn't gonna like it. So what is my point? I don't know. I'm done with ice cream. Okay, that's it. No more ice cream. No more. Okay, I'm putting it on the air just for you people. I'm done. I'm done. And I felt gross. I was like, Leo, let's go. Let's walk around. And Leo is like trying to build a paper airplane. So he's running around like trying to fly this thing. It's very entertaining. And he, he like puts stickers on like you're weighing down the, the wing here. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I just forget it, whatever. I finally learned how to make one. But my granddad actually showed him how to make one. So that was entertaining. Another thing that we like to do when my grandparents visit or that we visit them is play cards. And my aunt Chris was here at this point. She came the next day and she hung out for a day or so. And she listens to the show, so shout out to Aunt Chris. Thank you for listening. Anyway, we're playing cards, and I mean, why? I don't know why we play this game. I don't understand why we do this to ourselves. Progressive rummy. It takes like 2.5 hours. I'm exaggerating, but it takes a long time. It takes like 2 hours, especially when you're playing with 6 people. And there's 7 rounds, okay? And the goal of the game is to be the first person to have no cards left in your deck. You get dealt 11. You draw one each round. You're trying to make either a book, which is three sixes, three. Oh, look at that! Look what I did there. This podcast is now cursed. You're looking for three threes, three jacks, whatever it may be, or you can get a run, which is like 2, 3, 4, 5 in the same suit. So you're looking for these two things. And the first round is easy. You start off 2 books. The next one's a book on a run, and then 2 runs, and then 3 books, 2 runs and 2 books in a run, 2 runs in a book, and then 3 runs is the last one. So what is that? 7 or 8? This is a problem. Well, what is it? Is that 2 books, a book and a run, 2 runs, 3 books. I forget it. Whatever. I think it's 8. I'm not counting. I'm done with math. Okay, I protest math. Actually, I don't because the Greeks invented it, and I always like to bring that up. The Greeks invented math. People just put that down. Um, I digress. We play this game, and whenever we play cards, it starts off kind of nice. Well, okay, here's the thing. They walk in, they're like, we've kind of come around, and we like to let each other. They like to play nice with each other, right? They like to say, well, we don't go out, we don't try to stick people with all the cards in their hands, because if you get what you're looking for, you can lay your cards down, and then they don't count against you, and you can play on other people's hands and this and that, and I'm like, what is that? I don't play like that. Why am I going to do that? Wait for the other person. If I'm going to go down or go out, I'm going to take it. I play to win, people. I don't play to pat pat grandma on the back and say good game. Which, by the way, she wins all the time. Grandma. I don't know what her strategy is. I need to learn it. But it's like, why, I don't like all this. Be nice to each other. This is not. This is a game. I'm playing to win. I didn't win, by the way, but I was playing to win. And it's just so we're going around. And one of the more interesting game mechanics is that you can buy a card. So if, like, say it's not your turn, and my sister laid down a card, and it was something I wanted for my hand, I could say I'll buy that, and then I take that, and I take another one. But if there's somebody ahead of you, like in the order, they can take it before you. They can buy it before you. So okay, I'm playing to win, right? And I'm sitting next to it goes, I don't know, one of those clockwise counter. Why do we do that? That's another confusing one. I think it goes clockwise. Okay. Anyway, so I'm sitting. My aunt Chris is on my left, and I overhear her. She's like looking at her hand as she's dealt. She's like, "Oh, I only need one more. I only need one more thing." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." And about two people go, and somebody lays down a card, and my aunt Chris goes, "I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it." And I'm like, "I'll buy it." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard what you said. You only have one more. You only need one more card. I'm not letting you do that. I'll take the card." She's like, "You buy it, so I can't have it." I'm like, "Yeah, I do it again too." And then it was a big controversy there because I would keep anytime somebody wanted a card, I would just buy it. I mean, not like recklessly, but if I thought I could use it, I'd be like, I'll take it. You only buy three times in the round, though, so you have to be somewhat careful. But it would just it turned out to where something happened where somebody got skipped, and not everyone had the right amount of cards. It just turned into a big, like, just, well, you did this and you did that, and she went when she wasn't supposed to, and I bought that card, and you're supposed to have 12 cards. You're not supposed to have an even number of cards, people. And I counted some of you's hands. So just don't try to act like y'all there wasn't some kind of fixing against me. This is a conspiracy. There's no money on the line anyway. Just for fun. I just put myself through that torture for fun. And here's the other thing. You can do what you can do. So you play the game works. You have to play with two decks of cards. So what is that? 104. Yeah, jokers are in there. And what you can do is if you pick up a stack from the deck and you deal it out, and it's exactly the right amount of cards you get to stick everyone else on the table for 50 points. I'm a pro at this. I've done it like 10, 11, maybe 12 times in my life. So because especially when you're playing with six people, because you just gauge a little more than half, because you deal 11 to each, so that's 66. That's 104 cards. So you just gauge a little more than half, and then anyway. So the second game we played, I stuck everyone with the 50 things. I went out three times, and each time you do that, you get 25 taken off your score. Three times I went out. I wasn't even close to winning because I got stuck twice with like 180 points, and it just buried. It's the most frustrating game. You have one bad hand, and it just ruins your whole chance. It's like, why do I even bother? It was like the second round too, a book and a run. I couldn't even get a run to save my life. Why do I bother people? Why? Now it's all good fun most of the time. Yeah. Anyway, so after that, so I think my grandma won one game because she wins every time, and then Aunt Chris won. So I guess I have to. I guess I have to give it to you, Aunt Chris. Congratulations on the game well played. I didn't feel good. No, seriously. Thank you for listening, by the way, and Chris. I appreciate that. After we would play cards, we would watch. They're like watching Dallas, and I'm sorry, I don't know the difference between Dallas and Dynasty. To me, they're the same shows, but I don't know. Somebody didn't like me on that. And we're watching this Dallas, and I'm like, I can't tell these people apart. The guys, they all wear those. They all wear the tacky '70s, '80s clothes with bad hair, and they're all like dark hair with like a like I don't know. They all dress the same. Some of them wear a cowboy hat. Oh, that helps. And the ladies, they all look the same too. They all have the same kind of makeup. They have the same hair. They dress the same. It's like I can't tell one person from another. I'm like, how do you keep up with this show? Everybody looks the same on it. It's like I mean, they really drove home the style of that age. I guess I don't know. But then I was asking them like, well, what season is this? They're like, oh, season 9. I'm like, season 9? Like what? Like yeah, it's like 20 episodes a season. I'm like what? And then they tell me it went on for 14 seasons of Dallas. Are you kidding me? Who? What is that? 14 years out of your life you're watching these people? Did they do 2 seasons a year? That would make more sense. Oh, let me now. I gotta look it up. And I don't like to look things up on this show because I know everything. But let me look this up. Let's see. But 14 seasons with like 20 something episodes. I have no patience. Okay, I've been watching The Wire now for like 6 months and I haven't finished it. Dallas, no, not the city. You idiot. Why can't you just look something up and it pops up? Well, how would it know you meant the show? Gosh, can it? Um, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. These people all look the same. JR and all they look the same. What are you trying to say, Manoli? I don't know. It's just hard to tell them apart. Okay, let's see. What years did this run for? Okay, so it ran from 1978 to 1991. So what is that? Is that yeah, that's 13, 14 years. Who who watched who you start watching at 78. Let's say I started watching let's say I was 22 in 1978. By the end of the show, I would be 36 or 35. Do you see what I'm saying here? I mean, what? How is that interesting? I mean, how do you keep up with this show for 40? I genuinely want to know. Well, Manoli, back in my day, we have patience. I have no patience at all. My patience has left the freaking building. I don't have patience. I barely have patience to. And I'm like reading an article. I'm like, what is the point? What is the point? I don't need the background on who wrote the article or what the weather was. Just get to the point. Acting like I read the news. I don't read the news. Freaking depressing. But it's just like, and I'm like watching. I'm listening to something. I'm like, when does it get interesting? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, I just have no patience. I guess I don't know what my problem is. So yeah, what there's my question for. What is the difference between Dallas and Dynasty, and why should I care? Okay. No, that's not very nice. You know, people like those shows. Well, I'm just. Would you let me make fun of something? Why do I always have to have this voice? Well, Manoli, you should really try to. No, I'm not listening to you anymore. Shut it down. Be quiet. Do you see what's going on here? I'm losing the people. No, I'm kidding. No, I love my grandparents. I would have watched anything with them. Okay, I would have even watched some show that I can't stand, like The Office, with them. I would have done it because they're my grandparents and I love them very much. Okay, what else did I do? I saw Hamilton. It was like 15 minutes down the street, and I was thinking, I'm like, it's like a Friday. I'm like, you know, I think I'll go. The show's on a Sunday. I'm like, well, why not? I hadn't seen it since 2017. I was in LA, and it was like it had just gone on the tour. Yes, I said tour because I'm from the South, and that's how we speak down here. Whether you You city folk like it or not, okay? Tell you what. Sorry, I needed some water. I'm getting dehydrated over here, getting all worked up about cords and phones and printers and ink in Dallas. Anyway, you tell it's late. It's not that late. No, it's 11:43. Oh, the night is young. It is a Thursday. I could be out right now, but I can't do that. I gotta work. I gotta work in the morning. Yeah. So I saw Hamilton. It was very good, but there's something wrong with the system over there. Okay, it's at the North Charleston Performing Arts Center. I go in there. There's no playbills to be found. I'm like, well, that's odd. Maybe I just walked past where they were. So at intermission, I'm walking around. No playbills. I just wanted some proof I was there. I wasn't really caring about who was in the show. I just wanted to take a picture and be like, hey, I went to Hamilton. Because you're contractually obligated to do that. It's just a psychological thing because, I don't know, we're in the social media age. And yeah, so I'm like looking for a playbill. I'm like, and I finally ask an usher, I'm like, excuse me, playbill? They're like, oh, we don't have it here. I'm like, I see other people with them. They're like, well, tough luck. And I'm like, really? And I'm looking around, and most other people they have one, but some other people didn't. They didn't print enough playbills. Cheap. Whoever did it, whoever's in charge, just know that I know your dirty little secret. And finally, it got to the point. I turned around. I asked the lady next to me. I said, "You got a playbill?" No, I don't have one. I'm like, "You see what they're doing to us? Do you see the issue?" And finally, I turned around like, "Ma'am, excuse me, can I borrow your playbill for a second?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, "I just want some proof I was here. I just want to take a picture. I'll give it back to you." She's like, "Yeah, you can have my playbill. Why not?" And I'm like, "Thank you, thank you." She's like, "I've had to do the same thing in the past." I'm like, "Oh, so this has happened before." I'm on to you, people. I'm on to you. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Okay. And I took a picture. I gave her a playbill back, and then I watched the remainder of the show, and the show was very good. Okay. I didn't really realize how cleverly written the show was when I saw it. What is that? 5 years ago. I think I missed most of the interesting things going on with the dialogue and the words. Of course, it's completely sunk through. I mean, there's really no dialogue, but um, yeah, that's a great show. I love history too, so it's a lot of fun. I don't know if I appreciated it as much when it was just came out or when I saw it the first time, but I appreciate it now. So yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Wow, something nice I said on the show for once. How about that? How about that, people? Way to turn around on a positive note here. I saw this picture. It was in Greece, right? And they're on this beach, and this beautiful beach, and there's a beach chair, and there's a there's a goat just laying in the chair. I'm like, oh man, that's not Greece summed up in one picture? Beautiful beaches and a whole lot of goats. Yeah, that was a great picture. Um, I was thinking about this other thing. I was looking at this. I was bored one day. And I was looking at. I was trying to pretend I was in Greece, right? So I was looking on Google Maps and I was looking at different islands and stuff. And there's this one that's really got popular lately. It's called Zakynthos or Zakynthos. Sometimes I mess up the accents. Uh, I say Zakynthos. They're like, what is that? Zakynthos. And I'm like, oh, okay. And you feel stupid. I'm trying here. I really want to learn this language, people. Okay, because one day I'm gonna get fed up over here. I'm gonna escape to Greece, and I'm gonna have to know the language. Okay, and you may never hear from me again. Well, really, it won't be very hard to find me. You're just gonna go. I'm not gonna go to a big island. I'll probably go to my grandfather's island, Chios, and then you just walk up to someone and you'll be like, "Hey, where is that blonde guy named Manoli?" They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's right over there." I'm gonna be sitting there with some ouzo, eat some octopus, and you're gonna walk up. You're gonna say Manoli, and I'm gonna say, "Well, you got me." So I'm looking at this island, It's become popular because there's this beach on the island. It's called the Shipwreck Beach, and what it is it's this cove, really pristine, really unique looking place. It's like these cliffs, right? There's a beach on the bottom, and there's a shipwreck right in the middle. So it's become this big thing on Instagram and all this stuff. And there's this beach, right? Well, a lot of these people they like to what do you call that? Base jump, cliff jump, jump off of tall things. They like to do that. And they like to parachute onto the beach. And my mind just goes like, I mean, what happens if you land in the water? You're gonna swim with a parachute on your back? Is that what's gonna happen? What happens if you land on the ship and you get impaled by some rusty piece of metal, or I mean, you could just get a small scratch and you need a tetanus shot. These are the things that go through my head. I just never had a desire to go jump off of something. I just really that has never been something I wanted to do. You know, like I never had a desire to go skydiving. It's just I can I'm not really afraid of heights. I can look at I could be up at high places. I just don't have a desire to exit the safety of stable ground. It's just not something that I've ever. I mean, I give those people who do all the credit. I think they're brave as hell, but it's just like, I mean, really, I just had no desire to do. I had no desire to go jump off a cliff, or out of an airplane, or especially bungee jumping. I mean, really, you're gonna let somebody hook a rubber band to your ankle and then you go up and down? Whoa, oh, 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 ah. It's like, why? What is the point? You can bungee jump now in Vegas off of the stratosphere. I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna let some 14-year-old in Vegas who just got done, going to a party and downing some bush lights before his shift, attach a bungee cord to me and have me jump off a 1,200-story building. It's just it's late 1,200-foot building. It's just not gonna happen. Well, when only people do it every day. Yeah, you say that now, but you watch. I go do that, and something will go wrong with the cord will snap, or there will be some kind of malfunction with the harness, and I'll be a splat. Okay, that's that. I'll be a headline. It'll be young angry podcaster meets his demise on the stratosphere. I've never even been there. It's so far off on the strip. It's like people think that they've never been to Vegas. They think that everything's like condensed. You can walk like to every hotel. That's not how it is. Okay, the strip is like two something. I mean, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. How long is the Vegas Strip? It's longer than you think, people. And when it's 110 degrees out there, how long is the Vegas? Okay, so it's 4 miles long. So you can't walk the entire distance. All right. You can most of the hotels are in a condensed area. I guess this is true, but it's not. It's not what you think. Okay, just take my word for it. I've been there a decent amount of times. Um, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Just some of the things that and then like skydiving. It's like I'm not qualified to pull the pin on a parachute. It's like really. I mean, I'm not responsible for that. I guess that's why you have a guy who pulls it for you. Like with I'm just telling you, my guy would have some kind of heart attack as soon as he jumped out the plane. He passed out, and I have to pull the pin. And knowing me, I just pull the whole backpack off, and I would just, it would be bad. It would be bad. Yeah, no desire to go jump off of tall things. I mean, I've done zip lining, but that's not. There's no jumping. There's no free falling involved. Do you see my point here? Am I making any sense? No, that's fine. You know what? It's just the unraveling of a young man here, I suppose. Um, no, I'm good. Let's. Why don't we end this on a positive note? What's positive? What can I talk about? What's positive, people? You know hey, you know what, Manoli? It ain't about what's positive. It's about your attitude towards things. Well, ain't that sweet? Ain't that sweet, people? See, I just turned that around. You see, I got my diploma in the mail, and it's very nice looking. That's a positive. I've had some good food lately. I will say that. That's a positive. And one more thing before, let me just wrap this up with some Manoli wisdom here. Can we please, with the little miss, little mister, you know, this is my personality trait. It's just, I mean, really, it's just what it's come to. It's like, okay, people, we understand. It was a funny trend for about 36 hours. You post it onto your story, whichever one you most identified with. Some of you posted more than one. Some of you posted a dozen of them. It is what it is. But all right, enough. It's played out. It's done. I have decreed it. And why should you listen to me? Well, you shouldn't. But I've decreed it anyway. Okay, Manoli, King Manoli has spoken. Or maybe my alter ego, the Executor, has spoken. But yeah, I'm getting tired, people. No, things have been going good. I've been busy, but it's I've been productive, and yeah, it's been going good. I've been settling into the work life, the full time job life, and I got my other job as well, and I'm doing this, and I've been very busy, but it's been rewarding. So got to keep it up. I ain't stopping now, people. Manoli is on it. Manoli, he pushes ahead. He keeps going. He gets after it. So yeah, I hope you have a great happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you play cards. I hope you tell me what the difference is between Dallas and Dynasty. I hope you explain to me why the cords don't work on phones and what's going on with the printers. These things can't be explained. And I hope that if you go to a Broadway show that they print enough playbills. I hope that your weekend is wonderful. I hope it's full of joy and relaxation and rest and good times for all, okay? Is that nice? Let's end it on that note, okay? Have a good night. I will see you next time. Thank you all for listening. All right, goodbye.